Hi guys, Tom Tomaszewski here, View 16, and today I got a video for you about the local advertising. If you are a local business and you got any form of service or offering, you definitely should consider to advertise using some sort of paid ads on a local market. But we're also going to be talking about what you can do before you make a decision to spend some money on ads. So let's go to the keyboard and let's talk about it. Hi guys, Tom Tomaszewski here, and today I want to record the video about the fundamentals of local advertising. For the most of local businesses, the main goal is to make the phone ring. That's if you have some kind of service, some kind of offerings, you need the phone to be ringing. You need people to call you for appointment, bookings, etc., etc. So majority of the business are thriving based on incoming phone calls. So there's two problems with advertising online. First, of course, is finding the clients, finding the source of your traffic, and either by responding to what they're searching for, or just be at the right place at the right time. Meaning when, for example, if you're the accident lawyer, it's like if somebody has an accident, what they're gonna do? They're gonna grab the phone, go on Google and search for the accident lawyer. So you wanna be at the right time and the right place. Second portion of the problem is tracking, of course. If you are using any sort of paid ads, you know that it's not cheap. You're gonna be paying everything from, if you're lucky, from $1 all the way up to, again, if you're accident lawyer, you're gonna be paying hundreds of dollars per click. That doesn't even guarantee that that's your customer calling, but that's how much you're gonna pay for the click. So you have to be very careful with the tracking, and you have to know exactly where the money goes and which channels are effective for you, which channels are not effective for you. So today I just want to show you a few things. I want to talk about what's the main goal of the advertising for the local business, what are the main sources of traffic for your website, and how all of this can be transferred and into the phone calls. So let's go to the screen, and I'm going to show you a few things. So what I have in front of me is like I was just playing around again, coming back to the popular term, which is, for example, accident lawyer near me. Now, what's happening on a result page, I'm in a Google, of course, I'm using Google. The same applies for the Bing browser. If your audience is a little bit older, then you should definitely consider advertise on a Bing platform. The reason being is that Bing browser is being preset for everybody who is buying the Microsoft product. Microsoft product meaning laptop, computers and stuff like that. They come with the Bing, not with the Google. So if a person is not really tech savvy, which the older crowd is not really tech savvy most of the time, so they never gonna switch from the Bing to Google. So they doing all the search and research of the internet to using the Bing browser. So again, if you know that your audience is a little bit on the gray hair crowd, it's definitely something to try out. But coming back to the Google browser, if you're looking for anything local business, any kind of local services, you of course gonna start with the Google. And what's happening here is, like, for example, those top results for injury lawyers, those are people who paying for the ads. And in the case of injury lawyers, those guys gonna be monster companies who have a national visibility with offices in each and every city and stuff like that, because this is highly competitive niche, and they're paying tons of money to be on the top of the page. But those are, as you can see, sponsor, and that means that those are ads. Now, for the local business, this is where you really want to be. This is a map pack, that's what they call it, and those 3 positions, they pretty much gonna control 80% of the traffic. So that's how it works. If you search, and if you search on mobile, if you search on a desktop, you always gonna pay the most attention to those first 3 results. So ultimate goal for each and every local business who provides any kind of service is to be within those 3 listings. And the next thing you do when you do the search, of course, you click more businesses, and then when you're gonna be on a map listing. So this is a very specific also placement on a map listing. So this is your second important place where you wanna be, and the rest is just organic results of the Google search. That's what you call it. So again, the name of the game here is a map pack, and that's for everything. That's for I don't know. Let's do the medical office. Medical office near me. Same story. 3 first listing on the map pack, then organic results, and then the map results. So again, those 3 people here, especially 3 people here, that's what's gonna be getting the most attention and the most clients. So the main point of local advertising is to try to get to those 3 positions. And it's not only advertising, it's the way to get to this position. It's actually not only through the advertising. There's a lot of factors, and determination by Google if you're gonna be a part of this listing is also hugely affected by the way by the performance of your website. Google's not gonna show you here on the top of the search if they're not gonna be convinced that you are the right result for the particular search for this particular words, like medical office near me. That's why the first thing you always have to do before you're gonna even start spending money on a paid ads is like you really have to review your website and all your activities on a social media, because that's all signals which are being picked by the Google, and then based on those signals, Google's gonna decide if you are worthy to be on those top 3 or top 10 listings if we're talking about the map places. So you always have to start from your website. That means your website page descriptions have to be correct, your page titles have to be correct, and first of all, content of your website have to be clearly saying what you're doing and what your offer is. So that has to be absolutely clear enough for the Google in order to present you as a search result. So the starting point should be compiling the list of terms which you want to be visible for, and that's what kind of client you want to attract, what kind of client, what words those clients going to be using to search for your services or for your offer. So you compile the list of at least 20 to 50 search terms which you think are appropriate for your business, and then the next step would be to start building content of your website and making sure that those particular words, phrases are present within your copy, within your page descriptions, page titles, etc., etc., etc. Same with your presence on the social media. Make sure that you're using those phrases when you're talking, when you're creating your videos or creating your post. always make sure that you're using those terms, and that's gonna create the aura that you are an authority within your space, and that's going to be good enough for Google to start showing you within the search results. So this is absolutely the first step, and this is what you can do for yourself. It's just to revise your content, revise your website, and making sure that you are within the space, within those phrases. Once you get this thing going, the next step is you can start looking at the different paid options as far as spending money for actual ads. And again, most of the times it's gonna be Google Ads, because that's what people are using, and for searching for variety of things, being, let's do the groceries near me. It's of course a monster company like Winn-Dixie, Publix. I'm here in Florida, so those are popular brands here, but those are absolutely monster brands. That's funny, Joe's Market got squeezed somehow in. That's good for them. That's actually a small crappy store, but they are obviously doing something right. That's funny, the Publix 7 reviews and the bad ones, and he's still number 2. So again, that's where you want to be on a listings. The second thing you can also do for yourself is to make sure that your Google business profile is absolutely top notch. Meaning that all the information are filled up. This is an example. It used to be a Google My Business, now it's Google Business Profile, and this is the place where all the reviews are sitting, all the address, basic information, also which it's completely underutilized. The updates. Those are. This is a space where you can post, and you should, on a regular basis, post all the specials, all the updates. It's very similar to the Facebook feed, but it's even more important, because this is Google space. So whatever you're doing on Google is registering everything, and those are another set of signals which Google gonna determine that you are actually the authority within the space. So this is something which again, this is free, doesn't cost you anything, but a posting on a Google My Profile, it can do miracles for your business. And I know, because I'm working with a lot of businesses, that it's totally underutilized. So this is very simple thing to do, and very effective. So this is another thing you can do for yourself. Just make sure that your Google business profile is updated, all the informations are correct, and you posting. Then you're active. That gives you a lot of points in a Google eyes. So that's another thing you can do. And once you get this cleaned up, meaning website and a Google My Business, Google Business Profile, you can start thinking about advertising. You can start thinking about putting some money into, again, probably the Google is your best bet, but again, you should consider Bing advertising. And depends on your business. Facebook can be very successful in bringing traffic and potential customers as well. That depends on the business, depends on your offer. But definitely, first place I would look into, it's Google advertising. Now, I was talking about the tracking of all of this. This is a schematic of basic system which allows you to see exactly where the money are going, and where, maybe not even money. Let's start with the traffic. Let's start with the assuming that you're not spending money yet. This is where your traffic most of the time is coming. Organic search, this is what people are doing. Their searches, they are looking for information, and this is where you're gonna be showing up. Depends again how Google likes your content and how Google thinks, how much authority you have within the space. But that's a natural traffic. You don't pay for this traffic. Well, you pay in a preparation of your website and building the content of your website. That's your hours you have to spend. So it's not completely free, but that's what we call it. We call it a free traffic. This is a Google business profile. This is what I was showing you just a few minutes ago, and this is a golden source as far as free, again, quote unquote free traffic. If you have a nice and clean listing, if everything is there, if you're posting on a regular basis, then Google business profile can be also a gold mine of potential customers. And all of this, of course, is sending traffic to your website. Now, as I mentioned, the content of your website is critical, because within any given space there is a bunch of search terms which people are using to look for those services, for those offering, and etc. etc. So your website has to be optimized towards that. Again, that means optimizing the content, optimizing the titles, etc. etc. Building the blog, being active. Also, the big factor in all of this is being active. Either is the social media, there is a Google My Business website, blogging on a website. This is all huge points for Google, and a huge indication that you are in fact authority within the space, and you're active and you know what you're talking about. So for all of this, it's important to be active, to actually make things happen. New blogs, new posts, pretty much all the time. This is the name of the game. There is no way around it. Google Ads, that's we're gonna get to this later on. But this is the whole setup. This is your physical address. This is your brick and mortar location. Of course, you have a website, hopefully, and the way it flows, the way your phones start ringing, is either you're gonna get the traffic from the Google My Business, from the people searching directly for either for your business because of the name, they remember the name, or they saw it somewhere, or they doing the research, so this informational search, or they paid ads. That's how they're gonna get to your website. Either they're gonna check the website before they're gonna make this call, or they're gonna have an option, of course, from Google My Business. You can call directly. From Google Ads, you can call directly as well. So those are either the phone call is gonna come directly from those guys, or, which is in most of the cases, they're gonna check your website before they're gonna make a decision. This is another reason why your website should really be authoritative, and you have to make sure that you present yourself in a way that the people actually is gonna believe you, that you can solve their problem. So the way we're tracking all of this is that each and every of those phone numbers is a separate tracking identity. So Google My Business has a separate, and that's done with the software. It is called CallRail. I'm gonna show you in a second how the software looks inside. But in a nutshell, the software is assigning the separate phone numbers for the Google My Business, for Google Ads, and for the website, and this is done automatically and dynamically. So when the phone call is coming, you know exactly what was the original source of the phone call. So this is a very practical way of keeping track of what actually created this phone call. So this is controlled by the CallRail. It's also connected to your contact form on your website. So if somebody fills up the contact form, the email is gonna come to you, of course, and you will know exactly also the source of this email, how this email happened. And of course, in the end, this is post-service, post-purchase, and whatever. Google Business Profile reviews. That's extremely important. When you go back to all those listings, you see how prominent the reviews are, and we all looking at the reviews. It's like, this is kind of, you already know that this is kind of crappy. 7 reviews, 2.5 stars. That's horrible. To 2.1 thousand reviews, that's much better. So reviews are extremely important. You should have some sort of mechanism for asking for the reviews, and this is one of the main focuses of your business, should be to collecting reviews. There are softwares and mechanisms to do this in a semi-automatic way. So there is a few solutions on the market which allows you to collect those in a pretty much automatic manner. So this is in a nutshell how everything works together. And the second part of all of this is, of course, tracking. I'm using 2 softwares. One is the BrightLocal, which is specifically designed for the keep track of progress of the local businesses, and the agency analytics, which allows you to create pretty extensive reports, which gives you the overview of the traffic, of the source of the traffic of the website. This is a very valuable piece of information. I'm going to show you this in a second. So all of this together creates the system, which again allows you to see where the money are going, and most important, how effective your spending is, and which source of traffic is worth investing either time or money. Because again, you can invest time into your website, which you should be doing on a regular basis. You can invest time here on a Google Business Profile, and you can spend tons of money, of course, on this is Google Ads, but any form of paid traffic, either it is a Google Ads or Facebook Ads or Bing Ads, etc., etc. The last thing I wanted to show you is the examples of those reports. So let's start with the BrightLocal. So we're inside the BrightLocal. Sorry for the blurring most of the information, but I need to protect the information of my clients. So it starts from the overview, then you see, remember I was talking about those phrases and keywords which are important, specific for your business, which you think people are using to find your business, your services and your offerings. So this is just the overview of each and every business, and it gives you the average Google position. This is the organic national position, so this is not as critical as the local positioning, and let's go to any of them. And I just wanted to show you a few things. You have an overview of there's a massive amount of information here. Google Business Profile audit. This is how your Google Business Profile behaves as far as what kind of traffic is bringing, how many phone calls, how many people requested directions to your business, etc., etc. This is the overview of your traffic, and this is just strictly Google Analytics traffic. This is an overview of your listings. This is very important for the local business to be present in all sorts of listings. There's a tons of this little listing. Well, Yelp is not little, but the list goes on and on and on, and it's important to be present on each and every of them. As you see, this business is very weak on this one. It has only 9 points out of 100. So this is something which is called citations. This is the listing of your, it's basic listing of your name of the business, of your address, of your phone number. So this is all it is, to be honest. But it's just the fact that they are not present on those listings. That's how the score is so low. This is very important piece of information for Google. So that needs to be fixed, definitely. And then the rankings. That's what I was talking about. Those critical key phrases and sentences which your business will be found. Again, sorry for the blurring of the information, but that's how it looks like inside. And you have all those critical positioning, like a local finder. This is the map. This is the big map listing. This is the local pack. This is the 3-pack I was talking about in the beginning. And this is general, national, organic mobile, and organic desktop listing. So this table gives you the overview where you are as far as the current ranking. How is it changing? Are you going up? Are you going down? Or there is no effect? And this is a graphical representation of your positioning of your keywords. This particular business has 20 keywords as a number 1, 9 keywords between the position 2 and 5, and a 3 between 6 and 10. And this is already, you're out of the first page, position 11 to 20. So this is a graphic representation of how you're doing with those keywords. Again, there's a bunch of stuff here which again, it's a critical information for your business. You can check it out. The software is BrightLocal, very useful for each sort of local business. Another thing which I'm using for the reporting is the general one, which is called the analytics, the agency analytics software. And this one gives you overview of variety of numbers connected to traffic, how many clicks you're getting, what's your sources of traffic. Gives you it's directly connected to your Google Analytics, so you have all sorts of Google Analytics related information, total users, engagement, and all this stuff. Again, there's a lot of numbers here. A few of them make sense for you as a business owner, but it's a tons of information. The key point here is to see the trend, to see if you're going in the right direction with all your efforts, and so you can make adjustment on a weekly basis or monthly basis. It depends. This is again your base of clients. And it's also connected to the software which I'm going to show you next one, and probably we can just based on this one you will see how valuable this software is. This is a call tracking, and this is the most critical piece of information, because it gives you all the calls, how many calls came from different sources. This is calls coming from your website, calls coming from your Google Ads, and calls coming, in this particular case, and calls coming from the Google Business Profile. So you have a full breakdown. Even if you have a different locations, it's going to be visible right here. And exact list, which is this is a goldmine for you, because you know exactly each and every phone call which coming from one of those 3 sources is broken down here, even to the point of, like, if this is a first time call or this is repeated caller. So of course the first time callers are the most important one for you. And here you can even grade them, so you can even make a note which phone call actually had a value for you. The software, again, this particular software, this is just the report, but this particular software is called CallRail, and that's the software which generates the separate phone numbers for each and every source of your traffic. So like I mentioned before, Google Ads has a separate number, your website has a separate number, your Google business profile has a separate number, and all of this being displayed here. So you can, at any point, you can choose your timeline, and even here, as you can see, I'm only looking at the first time conversations here on the screen, so that gives me exact breakdown of the first time callers. And here in a table I got exact sources of each and every phone call, who was calling, what was the duration of phone call, and etc, etc. And this is where you can actually classify, you can assign the value, sorry about that, you can assign the value to the call, so you can decide if this is it was a qualified phone call or not, so you can make a note out of this as well. So that's it. That's the software which allows to track to the point of each and every phone call. Allows you to track the source of this phone call, so you can make a smart decision. You can allocate the budgets, and you can decide which of those sources of traffic are good for you, and which needs to be worked on, and which needs to be maybe allocate more budgets, etc, etc. So yeah, that's how it works. I highly recommend to check, especially BrightLocal, because that's going to help you tremendously in keeping track of where everything is as far as progress of your presence in a local pack, local finder, etc, etc. So yeah, go ahead and but again, everything starts from your website, everything starts from your content. So before you even get to this point when you're gonna need the software, spend some time, do your research as far as what customers are using to find you, what kind of phrases, what kind of keywords, and then make sure that you're using them through the copy, you're using them through your videos, you're using them through your page description, page titles, and all this beautiful stuff. And if you do just that, I can guarantee you that you're gonna see some results. Alright, thank you for now. I'm definitely gonna be coming back to this topic, but that's the overview. And if you have any questions, please contact me, reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to try to answer your questions. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.